Second.
Yeah, hi Anusha.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Okay, you belongs to performance testing, right?
Yes.
Okay, we can start.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So tell me about self, your roles and responsibilities.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Anusha. I'm from Suryapet. I'm working as a performance tester in Avians Technosoft Private Limited from 4.3 years. The relevant experience related to performance testing is 3.5 years. Uh, in the earlier, I have the knowledge about the Neoload API web services also, and completely from the 3.5 years, I'm working in different projects by using the load runner with the different protocols. Currently, I'm working in an insurance based project that is also using the load runner by following the web HTTP HTML protocol. Yeah, coming to my roles and responsibilities in my project is to understand the non-functional requirements, and once by using the VUGen, record the script and generate the script. Once the scripting is recorded, I start with doing the scripting enhancements like parameterization, correlation, and validations. If there are according to the requirement, if there are any scripting challenges, those also I try to overcome those also. And once the scripting is done, I upload the script into the performance center. There we design the scenario and run the scenario. Once the testing is done, we if there are any errors, we will try to overlaying the graphs, we will identify if there are any bottlenecks. Once everything is done, the results is matched with our expected statistics. The derived statistics is matched with our expected statistics. Then we will start generate the report by following observations.
Okay. So you are in end-to-end testing, right? As a perform testing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good to hear. So what are the bottlenecks you are identified?
Yeah. So far, uh, yeah. Uh, yeah, when I'm testing, we have observed once the high response time. So at the time, I try to analyze which end we got that high response time. I started digging into it. So later on, I came to know, I checked all the ends like client side, application side, um,
Yeah.
application side and all. So coming to that database side, with the help of the DB team, I started digging into the query mechanism. There I identified a few of the queries are not coming from the buffer ratio. It is not hitting the buffer hit ratio. So it is very slow. So at the time I got it, I understood that buffer hit ratio is not sufficient. So we recommend the DB team to increase the buffer hit ratio, because most of the queries are not going to the buffer hit ratio, is not hitting the buffer hit ratio. So we recommend to that DB team to resolve that. Yeah. One
What
more
is the buffer hit ratio?
yeah, that memory is not sufficient to store that queries.
Okay. What is the default say that one?
uh, Default value, it
Yeah.
is 95%, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
it should be 95%.
Okay. Okay. Carry on. Yeah.
Yeah. So the another scenario, when we are testing with a particular number of users, at 100th user load only, the performance degradation has started. At 150th user, the application got crashed. So I again started we try to solve that, identified all the statistics like client side and application side. So later on, I checked with the application side configuration settings also, and those were also clear. And coming to the database side, uh, mm, by using the monitoring tool, when ramping up the users, the cursor limit is not sufficient over there. So we asked the DB team to provide the configuration settings. Then they provide the configuration settings. There we have checked the default value is 50 only. So 50 cursor limit is can accommodate only 100 users. So we asked the DB team to increase that to execute the 500 users. We need the 1000 cursor limit. So we asked the DB team to increase that cursor limit.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay, good,
this is
good. Yeah. So I think you are worked on for the app dynamic also, right?
yeah, right.
Yeah, could you please explain what is the app dynamics? So what things we can monitor and
Yeah, it is a monitoring tool. We can monitor all the application side and DB side and server side metrics. And if we have any high response time, if we have any slow response, high response times, if we go and check in the if we can troubleshoot and drill down the problems where we have exactly has faced. I mean, for suppose if we get any application side, how we come to know by using the app dynamics, we will go to the slow high response time, slow response times tab. There we will drill down into the scenarios. There we can see where exactly which class or method is giving that high response time. So by using this monitoring tool in the DB side also, we can identify which query is taking more time, high response time it is taking. We can dig by using the monitoring tool, and by easily we can identify the bottlenecks and issues where we are getting the problem.
okay.
Yeah.
So app dynamics, you are only configure or you have any other teams will be
There
dashboard,
is
everything is ready.
yeah, there is another separate team to configure all the servers and settings. Those team will help us to do it. We just monitor what are required things from the application.
Why you are going to app dynamics? You have already right application side, everything is there, right? In our tool like perform center somewhere.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
uh,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
you
To
are good in
easily
performance center also. You are experienced, right?
yeah.
So what is difference between perform center and controller?
Yeah, in the controller, it is just a desktop application. Performance Center is web-based application. I mean, we can uh, book a time slot from anywhere globally.
Okay. But controller, we don't have any time slot.
No, actually, we
Okay.
don't have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what is the difference between basic schedule, real world schedule?
Um, yeah. By using the basic schedule, we can manually pause the real ramp up users. We cannot add or modify or delete the users in the basic schedule, and we can conduct only load test and stress test in the basic schedule. And real time schedule, we can automatically pause the it will it is the automatically happens we scenario, and it will conduct the load and stress, soak up and peak.
Okay. So
Sorry, I don't
like you
remember that
conducted
very much.
different kinds of tests, right? Low
Yeah.
stress, soak and spike. So what is the
um,
difference between stress and spike?
yeah, stress is where is when we are testing with the applications, it will show the where is the breaking point of the application. So for suppose that application is capable of 500 users. If we are checking with continuously 600, 700, we'll come to know somewhere at the 800 user, the application will get crash. So that is the breaking point we will consider. That is the stress
Okay. Okay,
stress testing.
spike.
Spike testing is we will increase and decrease the user's load, and we will test that to
Okay.
see the application behavior.
Okay, what is soak test?
Yeah, so test we will continue for longer duration with the normal load only, so that we will come to know, like depends on the application, we will do the 8 hours or 18 hours, 24 hours. Some applications will be 72 hours. So in the soak test, we can observe the memory leakages. So most of the memory leakages are from the coding side. Yeah.
What is memory leakage?
Memory leakages, if there are many objects in the application side, there are few objects or classes are unused. So those unused objects also executing at the time, the memory, it will take more memory. So at the time, memory leakages will be happen because of the coding issues,
Where
unused
we can
objects.
identify memory leakage?
Application side, by using the monitoring tool, we can observe that
Okay.
which objects are taking unused objects. Those we can observe by using the monitoring tool.
Okay. In the summary report, what are the things you can mention in the report?
Yeah, think time, response time, and hits per second, and throughput, and running users. Those all are the observations we will add into the summary report. And if we faced any observations while testing, those observations also we will add.
What are the graphs you can add in the report?
Main response time, average response time, and hits per second, and throughput.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is what is the hit per second and throughput?
Throughput, how many bytes are reaching the server is the throughput. When we are hitting a request, how many hits are happening per second, when the that is the hits per second.
It is successful or fail, whatever maybe it is a hit.
Uh, Sorry.
Yes or no? If it is a successful request or if it is a failed request, also we can call it as a hit or not.
uh, Past transactions only we will consider as a hits per second.
But it's a fail also, it's going to server and again you are getting back, right? That is
Yeah,
also
right.
hit only, right?
Okay, yeah. So past and failed transactions.
Okay. What is the relation between hit per second throughput?
It should be directly proportional. If it is not merging with one another, we can say there should be a bottleneck. Maybe a
What
application
caused the
side or
issue?
web
Maybe
servers.
it is like hit per second both should be inversely proportional. Then what is the issue?
It might be a application side or a web server side or a network issue also maybe.
Okay, maybe it is network. Then how you can resolve?
Yeah, we will check about the connections, and we'll recommend to that particular server team to resolve the network bandwidth issue, increase this.
Okay. So you have experience in web service Neoload also, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, how do we can do for the web service testing in Neoload?
yeah, API web services.
Yeah, how do we can do for testing? Like how do we can create the script and
Yeah, there is a first we will create with the user path. There we will first we need the end URL.
okay, endpoint URL. Okay.
Yeah, endpoint URL. We have to choose which method we want to do it. By clicking on that HTTP request, we will enter the, if we are giving the get method, we will enter that get. We will write manually get, and that URL we will paste it. Once proceed with that, it will display the enter into that page. If there are any headers, we will add those headers also. For the post method, we will add the headers. If the body contains, we will add that body also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you are
So
doing for the any
we can do the
application. Yeah,
validation
any
also.
application you are doing API testing.
Uh-huh.
What is the big challenge of the API testing as a web service testing? What is you are thinking about this is the my big challenge? Yes.
Uh,
What you have in mind, you can tell me. No worry.
API web services is to get the
Okay. I think you have experience in True Client
load.
also.
True client, I never, I don't have the real time. I just have the knowledge about it.
Yeah, you have JMeter.
I that is also I just have a knowledge. I have the load runner real time experience. JMeter, I
Okay, you
just don't
didn't
know.
get chance to work on, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no worry. Yeah. So coming to like in scripting part. So what are the scripting challenges you faced as of now?
Okay. Yeah. One of the scripting challenge when I'm working with some script, we ask to yeah we faced one issue, one data yeah, it depends on my input, the number of fields are changing, like so it means some request is giving generating the two data items, the same request is generating the three data items. So it means the fields are changing. For suppose if the I'm a person is creating the policy, I want to add my dependent persons. So I will add two persons. The other person will add the same policy with three users. So they the depends on my input. The fields are getting changed. So to handle this situation, by using the web custom request, I get to know how many data items randomly is generating. We can handle by using the web custom request. Later on, I get to know there is a requirement in the same situation. We have to print the string how many users are holding the same policy. So we want to generate the string. No, if there are the two members holding the same policy, we want to print that, we want to generate that string. If the person is wants to generate holding the three members, dependent policy is three members, we want to generate that string. So after giving the web custom request, we have to handle the correlation. So by in the correlation function, we have to give the ordinal. So ordinal will generate how many iterations, it will generate the parameter count. So by using the parameter count, we came to know that how many times it have to be iterated. So by using the for loop and sprintf function, in the string concatenate is separated, we have passed a special character like ampersand to separate a string. We have overcome like first user, that special character separates with the next dependent user. So in such a way, we have overcome that scripting challenge, that
Okay,
requirement.
okay, good, good. Okay, so I think you have good experience scripting, right? So you are using any customization like file operation, generate random
Yeah.
function.
So there is a,
Yeah, could
yeah,
you please
there is
share your
a,
screen and you can write file operation in the notepad. You can share your screen.
yeah, yeah. Shall I write in chat or shall I?
No, no, you can share your notepad.
Okay.
Yeah, your screen and open notepad and write.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will write here. First, we have to declare a variable by using the f file by storing this. We have to give the path.
Okay.
By giving the A plus,
What is the A
we can
plus?
append the text. Yeah, we can append the
Okay.
text into that file. It opens that and it will append the text.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Yeah, LRNS. We will read which value we want to generate. If you want the policy ID,
This Paul said you did correlation.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
This is the like what is that? File operation. Local file, right?
Yeah, to store it will store that values
Okay.
into a
So generate
file.
random function like using for the true drop downs. How will pick you can, right?
Okay, yeah. To generate a random value, first we will use the LR underscore paramara random function. So first, which drop downs we want to do it, first to do the correlation and by passing the ordinal all, so that it will display all the values, all the values in that drop down list, so that we will come to know which are the values in those in the parameter array. So those values we will, that parameter name we will pass into the LR underscore. So here by using the string comparison function, in that we will give the LR underscore paramara random. If you want the source value, we will pass that source value. What are the parameter name we will give that we will pass here. That with and we will compare with string comparison, LR paramara source and destination. Then if these are equal, we will print in a LR underscore output message. Then we will not book the tickets. If it is not same, then we can book the tickets. In such a way, by using these functions, we can.
Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you. You can stop your sharing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. 1 minute. I will see your answer. How many projects you done as of now?
Yeah. Related to performance testing, I have done the 3 projects. Right
Okay.
now, no, I'm doing the third one.
Okay. So who is the client for like
It
insurance?
is client company you are asking about?
Yeah, client. Yeah. Who is your project
Yeah.
client?
Yeah. HCL.
No, no, I'm not asking company. I'm asking about your
It
client.
is first Kemper Life itself.
Oh, Kemper is your client. Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah.
So maybe I will give chance to you. Like it's a brand new project. So you only
Okay.
start your end-to-end perform testing. So I will
Okay.
give one scenario. Okay.
Okay.
So some e-commerce application will be there. Okay.
Okay.
So you want to launch and log in, and after that you want to select for the product, and you want to add to cart and view cart and buy like as a purchase and payment and logout. This is the scenario. Okay.
Okay.
For
Okay.
this scenario, how many scripts you can do for the scripting and as a perform testing, actually client will be don't know for anything. He has to don't know for the like which tool we need to use. He don't know and anything he don't know. Just blindly as a perform tester is Anusha, you need to do for this because client will be also don't know and as a your manager or your team who is there they also don't know anything but yourself you need to complete this project. So what is your approach and how to you can complete as a individual contributor means you don't have any team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so client do not know anything, and the application is a brand new project.
Yes, yes, it's a brand new project.
Okay. So for this approach, first we have to collect what are the non-functional requirements we have to gather about what are the critical business transactions, what are the average hours and peak hours and average response time, average transactions, how many transactions is happening. So to analyze these all the non-critical business transactions, first we have to uh, follow that core traditional method, what they are following. So we have to observe how many transactions are taking, how many users are using this application, how many users are registered for this application, from where they these are using. These all are we have to gather manually, and then we have to create procedure, a plan for this, and then we'll start doing the testing.
Okay. So how do you can prepare test plan workload
Test
model?
plan. Yeah, next, coming to the in by using these all requirements, we have to prepare the test plan. We have to observe what is the scope of this one, what is the object of this one, what are the entry criteria, whether that which protocol will be satisfied, what are the configurations we are going to be uh, do it, what are the protocols we want to use it. We have to analyze all the things. So there, if we decide to go with the load runner, there we have to by using the web HTTP protocol, we have to create a simple scenario with the execute with the minimum users, take a report and send to the client. Then client will understand how much budget we can keep, how much, with how many users we can buy the license. Those all are will be decided by the client. So coming to that next, coming to that exit criteria, there we will we have to be how many days duration will take, when can we start the execution, when can be the final results, when can we execute the final results, and when can we finish this. We have to analyze these all in the test plan. Coming to that workload model, how many scenarios it can create, and what are the transactions it follows, what is the user load, and how much SLA we will give, and what is the think time, what is the pacing time, we will plan in the workload model. And then we will design the scenario by using the VUGen, and then design that and execution process, and if there are any next analyzer process, and if there are any recommendations or mitigation, next it follows the. So yeah.
Okay. 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 Thank you, Anisha, for your interview. Okay. Like next round, manager round will be there. We can call you. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.